time. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be live for now. Just give you guys the chance to be able to ask questions, and try to figure out some information about this time period because um, yeah, it's been a very crazy time period over these last like couple years, hasn't it? But I think most importantly, though, the events of like let's say the last 2 to 3 weeks have been rather interesting, haven't they? So today I was kind of thinking, okay, each relationship has its own lesson, right? And then of course those lessons are tied to whoever it is that we are as a person. Whether we're Capricorn, Libra, Scorpio, Leo, whatever it is, right? We each come with our lessons, and then of course we meet the people that are supposed to impart whatever those skills and abilities are onto us. And you know that got me thinking. If you have two people in a relationship, and one feels like they set the other person up for somebody else, that right there would be a sign that the other person didn't grow much. But if the other person says, hey, well, you know what? You have changed my life in this way and that way, and can list all of the different ways in which their life has evolved as a result of having your energy there, or vice versa, then that's the sign of somebody who understands they grew, but they also understand that they made just as much of an impact on that other person as that person did on them. So that's one thing that intuition has revealed to me, because I was wondering, okay, one person leaves unhappy, the other one leaves finally happy that they got whatever it is that they wanted. So if you're looking at it from a narcissistic perspective, the narcissist wants to get rid of whoever it is that they devalue and that they no longer have interest in. That's positive for the narcissist. On the flip side, for the person being discarded, it could. Well, I mean, there's three ways in which it can go. First, they respond with nothing. It's just okay, whatever. The second, elation. They might respond with happiness. They might respond with excitement as to the possibilities of the future. And these are people, and these are the people that would be more focused on the future rather than what's happening here in the present. And then you have the people who would be sad and the people who would be depressed about it. And obviously, when you think about that, then you would understand that there's the dynamic of, well, it doesn't seem like they got the good end of the bargain, which that's actually pessimistic thinking. Um, it got me thinking about that because as a Capricorn, I understand pessimistic thinking. I have Mercury in Capricorn, so you know, uh, not only is like my physical body and being a true Capricorn, but also my mentality. It follows the same Capricornian ideals, except that having my moon in Sagittarius, that's gonna make me Capricornian with a touch of Sagittarian to it. That would be my personality. And then of course with the Cancer ascendant, there's this weird mixture of excitement, but there's also this mixture of like, yes, we're gonna do big things, and also tossed into that is the idea of, let's make our environment home. So it makes me wonder, okay, well, how does this eclipse affect me, right? Or anybody with the Cancer ascendant, let's just say. Cancer, your idea of what's comfortable, but also your idea of what actually matters to you, that's actually where the comfort is. If something matters to you and it's considered home and family, you'll take care of it. You'll nurture it. That's the Cancerian energy. But if if it so happens that our ascendant leads us in certain directions, and then the time period in which we're in flavors that time period with a certain theme of some sort, then, I mean, it is safe to say that as a Capricorn with a Sagittarian moon and a Cancer rising, you can actually get what the major lesson of my life would be. In a sense, it's the axis between what to care for and to care for myself, as well as what do I know that I can impart, and how does my own need or obsession for the pleasurable things in life get in the way of that, right? Of course, as a Capricorn, I understand that. You know, life isn't going to be all roses. It's not going to be a box of chocolates like Forrest Gump said in the past. I mean, yes, technically it is like a box of chocolates, but not technically just chocolates. There's other stuff in there. So, you know, with me saying, or with all of that being said, it really does call into question how this, how the effects of this eclipse is going to affect us. Because with it in Aries, it's all about the action potential and moving forward with our lives. I do realize, though, it is something having to do with pain, the pain that keeps us held back. Um, I was looking at the transits for March 30th. That was the day that me and my, well, now ex fiance had broke it off. And I mean, it's already been in the works for quite a while now. And I feel like it was at least a few years in the making. So, on the physical level, yeah, there is for that other person, it's still a Capricorn time period. So it's it's a very interesting aspect that, yeah, she might get rid of me right now, which obviously I've been waiting for a little while. But there's also that theme that whoever she runs to next is going to have some of the same themes, and unless she's worked through whatever issues she's worked through, she's going to experience some of the same feelings she's experienced within this relationship with me. Now, the other person might not be a Capricorn, but they will have some type of Capricorn energy. And that much is for sure, so long as she remains within that Capricorn time period. For Eros, that is. Eros being the lot of love and also the lot of what we desire and how and why we desire it, honestly, if you think about it. For me, this year is a Virgo perfection year, so Mercury really is at the front and center of this. Mercury is leading the way, so a lot of what it is that you guys are noticing here, they're, I guess you could say, my thought patterns, for lack of a better term to use. But these are problem solving skills that I use, you know, quite on a daily basis. And so understanding how this brainstorming occurs allows for one to be able to trust cognitive empathy, but then again, also tap into their intuition too. So, for those of you who see this video, I want you guys to go ahead and comment down below on the things that were happening 19 years ago for you, if you guys are that old. And also, comment with what's happening now. And also, do take a look back 19 years ago if you are that old. I mean, if you are old enough to look back 19 years ago and remember. And you'll notice that some of the same themes that played out back then are the same themes that are playing out now. It's just, what have you learned, right? Where has your soul pulled you to, Have you listened to your soul pull you in that direction? And if you have, well, how do you feel about the information that's been imparted on you? That's what uh, that's what this time period seems to be about. Um, what else? Orcus, if I'm not mistaken, in Virgo. Orcus in Virgo. That's a tough one. Why? Because it's almost like you're slammed straight in the face with details that you feel you were never told, but that have been told to you for how long? I don't know. I mean, that's for all of us though. Like, if I think about it, my ex fiance, she did say something like that, where she's been telling me this, she's been telling me that. I mean, it is a good time for us to look back into that time, or into those time periods, or even just into the time period of however long your relationship has lasted, just because you'll learn a few things. You can get to see what it is that they've been saying over time, but it does require one to be honest with themselves as well, not just in what was said towards you, but also what you said towards others. And if you take a look at that time period, you can actually remember what it was that you told somebody by looking at the astrology and remembering the emotion behind that astrological transit and the time period. So, for those of you who actually have questions on that and would like to actually go back 19 years to understand what happened to you guys, then go ahead and leave a comment below. Message me on my messenger. The information to my various different social media links are um, in my profile. I'll go ahead and put them here in the description after I finish this video and get to my current destination. And then from there, um, yeah, as you can see, I'm going to be putting out more videos like this because showcasing your knowledge is the best way to follow your strategy of waiting for the invitation. And if you guys are interested in human design and other aspects of divination, let me know. Um, I want to go ahead and thank our unofficial sponsor, C4. I like this one because it's a super brain, right? Okay, but yeah, so thank you, C4, for being the unofficial sponsor for this video, and hopefully I can get C4 to sponsor this video. That would actually be pretty nice. But that being said, I want you guys to go ahead and kind of mull over this knowledge. Try to understand what this time period was in terms of like what has happened to you, and then also if you guys are interested in how this whole thing affected you, I would say go ahead and message me with your birth details, time of birth, place of birth, and also your location of birth, and I can go ahead and take a look at your chart. Also, when it comes to that stuff, you don't necessarily need your time of birth, but it would be highly beneficial to get very precise information based on your location and your time. So, with that being said, my lips are all dry. Wow. Okay. Thank you, C4, for your ultimate energy, and for everybody else. Hopefully, you guys have a good day, and I hope that you guys can move through these next 6 months with calmness and clarity, and hopefully, these videos provide that. All right. So, you guys take care, and I will see you on the next one. There is one tomorrow at 10 o'clock, so hope to see you guys there.